All right, and welcome to the Jed Said Therapy channel, where a little awareness goes a long way. I'm your online counselor, Jed Thorpe, and hey, it's New Year's Eve, so as this year comes to a close, let's go over a few of 2025 mental health swing and a miss. I think you're gonna dig this. All right, welcome back. That didn't take long. And if you're not one of the 120,000 subscribers to the channel, push the subscribe button already. And I know, long intros are just the worst, so let's get right into this. It's New Year's. I don't have a lot of time, you don't have a lot of time, and let's go right into the whole mental health fails of 2025. And it begins with, drumroll please, I can't roll my R's. I can't do it. Here's what it is. The term burnout seemed to be on repeat from all my clients all year long. Well, not all my clients, but a lot of my clients. And the amazing thing is that we've incorrectly taught that burnout is fixed by taking a break. Giving yourself some me time. Wrongo, bongo. It comes from losing a sense of fulfillment with whatever you're doing. By the way, relationships aren't off the radar when it comes to burnout. But the good news is that the cure is exactly the same. So if you're in job burnout or relationship burnout or anything in life feels like a grind, and not the good kind, if you know what I mean, just take a step back, not to rest, but to be curious around where you may have slowly disconnected from feeling, fulfilled or a sense of purpose in whatever, you're feeling burned out in. I know, right? This isn't rocket science. Hey, if me time was the answer, then burnout would be fixed. But me time never works. It never works. Rest is just an avoidance in this case. Let's see if you recognize the next mental health 2025 fail is, and this one is uncomfortable, but do you ever wonder if our healing culture actually made some people worse instead of better? It's like so much emphasis was placed on mental health that it became some people's identity instead of, what they were just feeling. And once that happened, people seemed to get too much from being unwell. Crazy, right? Hey, stick with me. This is going to make sense. And now that you're looking in the right direction, they're not hard to see, these people that I'm talking about. Think about some social media influencers you might know, particularly those who've created their personal platform from a mental health disorder. They'll have names like Depressed Girl, or Bipolar Todd, or Autistic Gorilla. There's so many out there. Hey, just be curious. But do you ever wonder if anyone branding themselves with a mental health disorder might resist getting better? Think about that, because if they get too much out of this platform, out of this brand, this identity they've built, you see where I'm going with this, right? Attention. They're getting a lot of attention. They're getting a lot of purpose. They're actually having a sense of belonging. They might even be a leader in a community that gives them permission not to change, really. They'll be encouraging, but every community has a social norm. And when a community is built on a mental health issue, how can you not have a mental health issue and still fit in with the community? Hey, don't be mad at me here. Don't shoot the messenger. It's the truth. And I'm not saying people that are doing this are bad. In fact, I want to be very clear here. Struggling is real. Mental health conditions are real. But when someone's entire sense of self, their identity, becomes organized around being broken, hey, healing might feel threatening. Because if you're getting better, who are you then? Where's your value? You're not going to be connecting with this community you've built. So who are you going to connect with now? I know I'm getting a little ramped up here. But, for some people this year, healing was resisted because they had too much to lose by healing. And that quietly kept people stuck. I know, this is kind of a bummer. Shake it off. Shake it off. We're almost finished. Let's wrap this up with the number 3 on the list of mental health swing and a miss patterns in 2025. I'm just going to say it. Let's talk about boundaries. Boundary this and boundary that. And for sure, boundaries are wildly important, But without a consequence, a boundary is just a request. Boundaries are intended to be a behavioral modification tool that helps create a healthier relationship environment. Not a ghosting tool, which is what it's being used for lately. They don't have a consequence. So it's like, I'm going to set a boundary, and then off they go. They don't really try to repair the relationship. Yeah, 2025 messed us up, and it really didn't seem like anyone questioned it. People just kept on explaining their boundaries, and everyone would be like, yeah, you go, girl, you go with your bad self. That's right, I'm not going to take it anymore, that kind of thing. They'd cheer them on. It was just a lot of boundary talk with no consequence walk. And you need both to have an actual boundary. So listen, if 2025 felt messy or confusing or heavier than you expected, good. It means that something important was trying to get your attention. If burnout, labels, or boundary confusion tripped you up last year, it doesn't mean that you failed. It means you're learning where things stopped working. It stopped fitting, and where honesty needs to start. It's kind of why you're here. And luckily, we don't need to fix everything overnight. This mental health thing is a marathon, it's not a sprint. We're here for the long haul. So for now, just stay curious, stay intentional, and don't ignore what your discomfort is trying to teach you. That's how real change happens. And listen, I'm not perfect at any of this. I'm a screw up just like the rest of everybody out there. So listen to me, don't listen to me. The only thing that's different from my perspective is I just talk about this all day long. So hopefully I'll be able to, summarize things quicker. I'll just lay it out here. And let's just end this. And I'm excited, right? Here's to a clearer, healthier 2026. And until next time, awareness up.